Talaria Sting R Surron X. Let's take her for a ride. Talaria Sting R Surron X. Let's take her for a ride. How's everyone doing tonight? I hope everyone's doing great. Lovely evening here in Las Vegas. Currently 100 degrees. 8% humidity. So it's a really nice night. Thank everybody for joining us. Not going to be a long one tonight. Just going to take a nice easy one. Yeah, I'll go straight out. I'll go. So the Talaria Sting R, this bike, let me tell you what. This bike is special. I mean, really. This thing gets up and goes. I mean, it's got some balls for a stock bike. I had the MX3, it was great, but the MX4 is just another level. Sorry if there's some wind tonight. It's pretty windy out. You do a couple of tweaks to this bike, and this bike is all right. I gotta tell you, I'm very happy with this bike as of right now. When I first got it, I was not at all. From the moment I rode it, there was a bang in my rear end. That sounds funny. No, in the shock. There was a bang in the shock. Every time I went over a bump. So, I mean, it was just really brutal to ride. So I contacted Amped, where I bought the bike, and told them what was going on and asked if I could get the MX3 shock instead of the MX4 shock, and they were like, yeah, sure. So they sent me out an MX3 shock, and it's just a game changer for this bike. Like that nitrogen air shock. Man, I don't know. I don't know. I think it's defective or something, because there's something wrong with it. And a lot of people have been having issues with that shock. A lot of people with it clunking. People want to sell their Talaria because it's making so much noise on them, and they are. Mine's not. Mine. You hear it. Mine was making peep. This thing is as solid as the Surron is. So couple of tweaks. Number one, you got to put your battery wedge in the right spot. I made another video for that. Check it out. Battery wedge, super important. I only have a battery wedge. I don't have any like airbag or anything else. Just with the stock battery wedge. That's it. My battery doesn't move. Number two, you got to shim. You got to shim your sprocket, man. You can use whatever you want. Whatever, but you got to take up the space in between your circlip and your sprocket. Some people have a lot of room. They could do two. They could do one on the inside of the sprocket, one on the outside of the sprocket before the circlip, because they got a lot of room. Other people like myself, I only could get one in the front. I went in front of the sprocket before the circlip, and I actually used a plastic bread tie because it was easier for me to get it around the gearbox shaft. So I used that, and it's still working. I mean, it's perfect. So that was one of the major things to get done, was the sprocket. And the shock, you got, if you have a clunking shock, everyone thinks it's the linkage. It's not the linkage, it's the shock. This MX3 rear shock is just, it's bomb. It's perfect. It's just a fast ace air shock, gas shock, and it's great. It's great. So those changes right there, of course you got to cut your brown wire, right? So you cut your brown wire. For me, I put, you know, 3-inch riser bars on here, a headlight on and off switch, and then of course to shim the sprocket, change the shock, battery wedges. Yeah, this bike is a different bike. Like I said, a couple of tweaks, guys, and you don't want, you're not going to want to sell it. Not for the XXX if you're riding off-road. If you're riding on-road, for sure. For on XXX on-road is definitely the way to go. I mean, you're riding only on-road, then XXX all day long. Talaria XXX, let's go. But I wouldn't sell your R for an XXX if you're riding dirt. That's just silly talk. So yeah, that's my thought on the matter. You do a couple of tweaks on this bike. I mean, listen to my bike. It's solid. It's quiet. It's not clunking. It's not rattling. It's not clickety clackety all over every bump. This is really bumpy terrain right here, and it's not making a peep, man. So you do a couple of those tweaks, guys, and trust me, you could thank me later. Yeah, right on. Rock and roll.